Okay. Let's make sure this is up on all of the things. Twitch is up. Kick is up. And YouTube is up. Okay. Okay. And it sounds like it's good. All right. All right. Close these out. And now I wait for everybody else to show up. I have not been told, at least, that people aren't going to be here. So my assumption at this point is that everybody's going to be here. That's my assumption, at least. It's a bold one, I know. But we'll see. Alright. Dorohedoro. The Volume 5 cover was... Every time I go to do... The images that we use for each episode of the Anime Book Club, okay? In many cases, it's very easy to do. All I have to do is take the volume cover, zoom it in for a 1280 720 image through Photoshop, and it looks nice. Dorohedoro is like, hey, how about we also slap a whole bunch of shit? Because, like, you want to zoom in on the face of the character, but the Dorohedoro title thing is like a giant katakana that's like sort of over parts of the body. And then also the like by artist name here is like in the corner, which would be fine to leave if it didn't look awkward when part of it was cut off by zooming in on the face. So I have to Photoshop that out every week for all of the titles. And this one in particular here, kind of shittier. You might not notice it, but the noi on the shirt, I had to redraw part of it, specifically the N and the O. It doesn't look good because I didn't have my drawing pad out at the time. So, don't worry about it, okay? Don't worry about it. See, if I didn't tell you, you wouldn't have noticed, alright? You would have just thought that was how it looked. And you would have been like, wow, that's some nice art. But little did you know, it was me. There was that part that got a little fucked up during the process of editing things out. And then part of the bottom of her elbow kind of looks fucked up. I mean, I think the bottom of her elbow looks kind of fine, but part of it looks kind of weird. Listen, you won't know, okay? You didn't hear me explain anything to you, alright? All you know is that this is a very nice cover art image of Dorohedoro. That's all you gotta know. I had to do the same for the other two. I think the first volume was a little easier. Actually, it was less easier for the first... Well, in some ways it was easier for the first volume cover. In other ways it was not, because the first volume cover... I also used the Japanese version of the cover because I thought it looked nicer than the English version of the cover. And that part kind of made it a little difficult to do things with. But I got it to work eventually. Bro, why did they have to schedule this on Thursdays at 8? Not for the book club, I mean. There's a VTuber streamer I started watching like a month or two ago, and they're really funny and they're fun. And they host these events in their Discord. Their anime club where they watch animes together. And That sounds awesome, and I've been to a couple of them. The problem is they usually host them at the exact time that we host the book club. So tonight it looks like they're doing Haruhi Suzumiya. And I'm like, damn, that sounds fun. Oh yeah, I have to make sure YouTube chat's on live chat and not top chat. I keep forgetting that's a thing I have to do. Yo, where the fuck is everybody? We may or may not have a guest appearance from amidst. Who fucking cares? The boy, the man, the myth, the legend. Oh, it sounds like he's gonna be joining in. Okay, he will be here, bro. We got like 12 minutes till we start. Where the fuck are people? Anne had said, I gave the 1 hour warning, and Anne immediately said, not me still being at work. So, I don't know how that's gonna go. Maybe they'll be here in time. Maybe not. Ooh. I was telling them in the chat, in the book club chat, in the Discord, that my Japanese teacher, who I mentioned last week, I had explained about us doing the book club about Dorohedoro, and then we read a little bit about Dorohedoro. They asked me last night how the discussion went about Dorohedoro, and I was just thinking to myself, like, how do I even describe what happens in Dorohedoro? I was like, man, this is just like a wild baseball episode happened, and it was like cool stuff. And I was like, I don't know how to explain it. I don't know how to summarize volumes 3 and 4 of Dorohedoro to my Japanese teacher who has no context for any of this, without sounding. I was just like, there was a very long baseball like arc that happened, and then they have a giant cockroach named Johnson now, and I think that was enough for her to be like, oh, this sounds like it's fun. So. And here we have, here in the studio, amidst, oh my god. Hold on, speak. I need to adjust volumes.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yes, hello? We can. Yep, you're good. Welcome.
Testing 1, 2.
Hello,
Sweet.
welcome.
Hey, thanks for having me.
We are here on the pre-show right now as we wait for people to show up. We got 10 minutes.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Sick. I actually reread those chapters up till 36, so.
Nice. Yeah, no, yeah, you could totally like hang around like in the stream if you want. You know, you read all of this before though, right?
Yeah, so I'll be quiet.
No, yeah, that's the only thing. Just no spoilers, or because we're definitely going to be talking about theories that we all have. So just you know, neither confirm nor deny.
I gotta shrug my shoulders, put my hand on my lip.
I don't know. Maybe, maybe there could be unlimited Kaimens. Maybe Shin could be Nikaido's sibling. I don't know, but we got theories. Maybe there's mer people later. You never know.
Yeah, I think in that case it'd probably be more fun to
spread misinformation about what happens later.
Lie. Gaslight everyone into hating it.
Don't even lie about things that happen in the later chapters. Lie about happens in the chapters we read, okay? To test people, throw them off. Yeah. Be like, yeah, don't you remember when this happened? This fight between these two characters? He's like, yeah, I remember that. It was cool. It didn't fucking happen. You didn't read the chapters. You're a liar. That's how we.
Yeah,
that's how we catch him.
Time.
Yeah. What time? What time? Welcome, Shadow.
Hello. Hey, Shadow. Hey, how are you?
Alive.
Nice.
It's always good.
Like, I've done my fucking counter work. I've already told my issues with the fucking program. It's hell.
Sounds like you gotta learn COBOL. Okay. You
Well,
gotta
There's an
learn.
entire section just to tell you to do the undo button because it's hell on earth. There's so many
Listen.
steps just to undo.
Hey, listen. Okay. It
Undo.
takes a lot of steps to undo in life too. All right. It's hard, you know, and that's the lesson you're supposed to learn.
Don't make mistakes.
Yeah, pretty much, so that you don't have to undo.
Yeah, it's like the E40 song. Everybody got choices. You know, is what it is.
Oh, what now?
Yeah, don't worry
That
about
song
it.
where
It's before your time. Don't worry.
Wait, is it? Oh
I-
no.
I don't know. I'm assuming it is.
It's the one where the guy's like, nope, scared of the dark. Yep. That one.
I don't
Remember that
know.
song?
I don't remember when it came
Yeah,
out. I don't know.
Anyway, yeah. Because he has that line. Yeah, he has the chorus where he's like, everybody got choices. That one always gets me, just the way he says it. Dark. Yep. That's like when I read visual novels. Every time I'm stuck on like a route, I'm just thinking in my head that song.
True. Okay, now we
Oh yeah.
get it so that I can view all the screens, all the chats.
Sweet.
We're gonna get
All the
all the
warriors.
chatters on YouTube, Kick, Twitch, your mom's Apple Watch, all of them. We're gonna get all sorts of comments.
Damn, even the watch.
Even the watch, your dog's Fitbit, it's gonna track that too.
Oh man.
I know what you're thinking. I didn't know they made Fitbits for dogs. Well, they do now for this stream.
Exactly.
That's it. But yeah, I remember that time Kaiman was like, I'm gonna Dorohedoro all over you, and then
I
he
remember.
proceeds to eat it. Yeah.
Yeah,
that was cool.
it's Doro time. Yeah, I remember
that.
I'm glad that Morbius had such a profound impact upon society.
Morbius.
It's more than time.
Dude, I tell you, when that GIF of the entire film was being thrown around, I was lucky enough to download it on my phone, and I like traveled on a plane. I was literally for 8 hours just watching Morbius on GIF.
See, I was on a plane to Italy and I watched Morbius, and
Nice.
it was so bad.
How'd you feel when he was dancing shirtless, and he was telling people to commit acts of
Listen, that was Matt Smith. Okay?
obscenity?
It's fine. That was Matt
That's,
Smith. All
I
right.
guess this is happening. I guess
Yeah, there it is.
like that ass. I was like, all right, this is it, the final battle, right? I looked at the runtime. There's still half the movie left. Because Mike the Morbius just runs away like a little bitch.
I know.
I'm like, what the
Who
fuck?
joined? Who's in here? Oh, welcome.
Hi, Ari.
Hello, hello.
Talking about the hit movie Morbius.
As we always do every week here at Book Club.
Why
Yeah.
are you here?
Is he not allowed to be here?
The fuck, Ari?
Is he not allowed
What's
to be
wrong
here?
with Shadow? Oh,
Yeah, what the fuck?
What the fuck, Ari? Hey, Nyan.
Hi.
Welcome.
hello, hello.
Hello. Hi, Agnes.
Hey,
What?
how's it going?
Joining us. We're hanging in there. Okay, hold on. I had to read the last chapter and a half.
Just right now. Just right.
And did you
I had
read
a
the
weird
bonus
week,
curses?
Okay. The first one, yes.
Okay.
Mm.
Oh yeah, I forgot they're at the end of each volume. Yeah.
You made quite a good bargain.
This is true. And I'm gonna do this
I still
ping,
know why that's there, but it's funny as hell.
and then I will do the tweets,
Mm-hmm.
the blue skies.
I'm the blue
I'm
skies.
sending the notice to
That's
your
what they're
mom's
called
Apple
now?
Watch.
That's right.
Tell her to check her
Hold
Apple
on.
Watch. The signal's coming in.
Straight to your ears and wrists.
May I ask what a blue sky is?
Yeah, it's like
a
in Spy Kids
Twitter.
where they had the wrist.
It's a Twitter alternative.
Okay.
Okay.
Nice.
right there. Boom. post. And
All
then
right.
Booska. Yeah, we got 3 minutes until we're technically supposed to start, but Justin's not here, and Turando's not here.
Uh-oh.
Well, Justin, I'm pretty sure is going to be. It sounded like he definitely did the reading, so now it's just about a question of whether Turando's going to be here this week.
Yeah.
Oh, it's stuck on 69%. Are you fucking with me? God damn it, accounting class. Oh,
Okay. Image. And boom. Boom.
I forgot to mention, this program doesn't let you save while you're using it. So every
So-
time you
Oh,
want to save, you have to exit out.
Hmm.
Yeah, just don't save.
Don't do it.
Sounds easy. Well, what's the
What
problem?
program?
I'm like that with music. I never
It's one for
save.
accounting. Don't worry about it.
If the computer crashes, it crashes.
Listen, it happens. It's been
Mist,
known to
you
happen.
did have to put the idea in my brain, please. Why did you put that there?
This chaotic evil.
Am
I know
I-
that one.
I'm on the chats. Okay, we're good. Okay. I will remember to turn sound alerts off now.
Mm.
And I did not take notes. I was going to take notes, and then, like I said in the Discord chat, most of this was like one arc, and I could pretty much remember, so I didn't have to.
Yeah.
I didn't go into too many different directions with these 2 volumes. Well, it did,
Yeah,
but
like-
in like the one setting or the one arc that was happening. So, welcome,
Kind of in
Justin.
one place. more or
Yeah,
less.
pretty much.
Mhm.
Which,
Very
but
contained.
I will bring up. I have one thing about that setting where I'm just like,
Mhm.
it's a thing. I don't know if it gets revealed later, but I'll bring it up when we get to it. Welcome, Justin.
So,
Okay, so the last one were. Did anybody hear whether or not Turando's going to be here this week? I know he said last week he couldn't make it, but I don't know if he said for this week.
you didn't say anything about this week.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I will ping and we will see.
Any fingers in the chat?
Hey, ping.
This week.
Any homosexuals in the chat?
I'm sorry, what?
That'd probably be a whole subset of the wizards in Dorohedoro. The homosexuals.
I am sorry.
Look, at this
Honestly,
point,
that would fit in this setting.
Base.
right?
I think anything would fit in this setting at that point. At this point,
Like,
Anything
yeah,
fits
yeah.
in. It's for-
like I was saying earlier in the chat, my Japanese teacher last night was asking, how'd the Dorohedoro book club discussion go? I was like, how do I even summarize what's happened in Dorohedoro so far? How do
all I'm saying if there's World War II bombers in this one, I'd be like, yeah, that checks out.
Listen, listen, there's still time for mer people.
More
Don't
people are gonna
worry.
show up. There's
There
still
are
time.
going to be more people. I
There'll
mean,
be like sewer mer people, okay? It's fine.
caimans live in the water.
Mm-hmm.
True,
Okay,
true.
so
You're saying he's a mer person? Is that what you're saying?
Honestly, dude, completely forgot what my harebrained theory from last week was.
What was it?
Oh, it was the
Nice.
clone theory.
Yeah, it was the
Cayman
clone Kaiman
clones.
theory. Unlimited Kaiman works,
Yeah.
all right?
Unlimited Kaiman works. God, I need to watch Fate so I can just turn my brain off for an hour again someday.
Versus Capcom Infinity.
Can you imagine watching Fate? Gross. Can you imagine playing the Fate games or reading Fate or
I've never read them, but
putting money into Fate? Oh my god, can you imagine it?
imagine spending $1,000 on Fate GO.
Can you imagine if
Yeah.
Fate got like
Imagine-
an actual official like English release here? That'd be wild.
You alright there, Ari?
We're
Hang
filmed
in
in
there.
front of a live studio of Vine Booms.
Oh, it also ducks. Can't forget them.
And ducks, yeah. Some ducks have wandered into the studio on occasion. You know, it
Oh,
happens.
and
Dude,
is Ann here?
Hi.
No.
Oh, and I really wanted before you said you when you didn't read the chapters yet, I really wanted to be like, this is gonna be your favorite week so far, but I didn't want to say anything.
I'm on chapter 36 right now. I'm almost done.
Okay, you,
Okay.
you
There
can
you
do
go.
it. I believe in you. Don't worry.
You're professional.
yeah, no, sorry. Someone say this
I
every time.
He might
Yeah,
not
I
be
will
here
say-
this week, but we'll just wait a little bit to see. What were you gonna
yeah,
say?
I guess I can start. I was gonna say like I will say to preface in terms of like knowledge for Dorohedoro. I kind of reread it, like officially like I reread it like 5 times, the entire story, and then rereading it again for to refresh a bit for this episode. It is kind of wild how much information is in these first chapters. Like I keep forgetting like just how dense and sort of like overwhelming, and then it gets to that point of like, okay, here's the actual story though.
I'm definitely enjoying how they're starting to like tie all of the strings together. I always find that kind of stuff really satisfying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Chidamar is like, dude, he's so baby girl. Like he's the best. Him and Shin.
Okay. I
Like,
think...
and it's just
Oh,
cool.
sorry, I'm an Ebisu apologist.
we know you are.
Ebisu's a gremlin.
All right, and let us know when you're
Probably-
all set with your chapter reading, and then we can probably get started. I don't know if Turn does comment.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, because that was pretty much at least I learned about Dorohedoro back in like 2017, 2018, and then that was because like a comic, web comic I was following. The author on the website said, "Oh, here's my inspirations for my comic," and it's one of the mangas, Dorohedoro, and the premise, yeah, crazy wizards in this market, and it just opens with this lizard eating the dude's head off.
So you've read it 5 times already?
The entire thing.
Same, but with One Piece.
Oh, gotcha. Wait, it's done. Wait, it's
Nah.
done.
That
Oh.
changes my entire opinion on you now.
No, I never actually read One Piece.
I've read a little bit of One Piece because my brother has like all the volumes of English One Piece, so I started reading it at some point, and I was like, "This is pretty good," but also I don't feel like
Fuck me, y'all.
I don't feel like keeping up with this shit. I'm like, fuck that
Mm.
shit. I mean, I'm like, this is good. I understand why they like it, but I'm not.
It's only like 100 volumes at this point, you know? In English.
Yeah, it's
Listen,
like Detective Conan, yeah.
listen.
I
Okay.
I know like 3 people who's caught up with One Piece.
If
Maybe
I am
4.
ever gonna
I
consume
know-
One Piece, it'd probably be through the manga, and then I just watch some of the cool animated fights. But I wouldn't. I don't think I'd sit through the One Piece anime because that's a lot.
Mm.
I'm gonna try the
Well-
remake.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, that's where they cut it, right? Like they cut a lot of the filler stuff.
Yeah, it sounds like the remake's just gonna be like One Piece or whatever, but official.
Well, we'll see about
Oh, I
that.
could just have bad news sources, one of the two.
Mm.
Or it could all be AI. You never know.
Machines are taking over, chap.
That's right.
Damn.
No, I think like One Piece wise, I used to buy the volumes as they came out back then. I think I bought like the first volume when it came to America. And then I think it was like the month it came out, and it was like they had like a bunch of ads and like pop-up stuff for the first volumes that Shonen Jump was like publishing at the time. And then I don't know, I kind of just stopped reading after like Whitebeard. I think that's where I stopped.
I stopped watching after like episode 20 or something like that.
Oh damn, I'm like that with Bleach.
Dude, I was watching like 1.5 speed, and then I upped it to like 2 times speed, and then I gave up.
Okay, but how do you do that? Like, how do you enjoy?
I didn't. That's why I was at that
You don't enjoy
speed.
it. You just do it to get through it.
You
Just
do it
consume
until you
content, okay?
finish it.
Just
I
consume
started at
content.
1. I started at 1x. Okay,
Gotcha. And then I start feeling nothing after 1.75, and I might as well just
and then
put it in.
fucking nothing happened for 3 episodes, and then
Yayo. Okay, I'm like, yeah, keep going.
Damn.
No, that's wild. I had a friend like that actually for Gundam, where he would just play at 2 times speed the entirety of Zeta, like 80 episodes.
I've enjoyed anime at like 1.25. Just like this is a little bit slow, but it's better at this speed. Like I've done that,
Mm.
but not very often.
She a 1x kind of guy. I know, terrible.
All I know is
More
right
of a
now,
0.5.
I'm watching Magical Index. I'm on the first season of it, and I'm just like, it seemed like they cram like a whole volume arc or like several volumes of an arc into like 2 episodes. I'm like, bro, we're introducing a million fucking concepts, and then we're just saying, okay, on to the next arc, I guess. And I'm like, bro, what do you mean the Roman Catholic Church has like these weird sorcerer knights that just hang outside of this one building for some reason and have gotten killed by like underworld? What, you can't just introduce these kind of things. It's like yeah, that just kind of happens. Anyways,
sorry.
moving on to
Keep up. Skill issue.
also there's
Yeah.
vampires, I guess. What, like, I don't understand what
Finally.
Okay.
and like what there's a lot going on. I hear great things about Railgun. So I'm halfway through Index and hoping when I get to Railgun, I'll at least enjoy Railgun. But right now, I don't know how I feel about Index, man.
Oh, okay.
I don't know
I can
how
totally
feel.
see that. Yeah.
It's got like great. I feel like I'd enjoy this more if I was a light novel reader. Was pretty much what I tweeted out earlier today. Because I feel like I would enjoy this more as a pace of like a novel I can read. Whereas
You're just
like,
not sophisticated enough.
True. Yeah. You know, I just
Is it?
I'm not at the level
Not
to
a true man of
appreciate.
culture.
Yeah, I can't appreciate rail decks properly as a
You
anime
gotta
viewer.
do it the way Love fans do, right? Where you gotta like play all the games and then wait 20 years of your life, and then they'll have like a sequel to the 5th entry.
Based.
I mean, he's still better than Shenmue.
Do not get me started on Shenmue.
Okay, and have you finished your reading?
I'm finished the main one. I'm on 36.5.
Oh, the bonus curse.
All right,
Real
we're starting with that.
operation.
The little goofy one.
All right,
Yeah,
close
yeah.
enough.
The bonus curses this time were actually pretty short, especially the
Yeah.
first one. The first one was very short.
Wasn't one of them just a recipe? Because I skipped the
Yes. Yeah,
That
pretty
was the
much
first one, yeah.
The first one was
Yeah, I
pretty
was
much
like,
just
is
like
it actually just gonna be a recipe?
a recipe for
Well, it's gonna be
Nikaido's
super
gyoza.
important.
Okay. Yeah, that's the key
Very
to everything.
important.
It's the
I
key
couldn't
to
have
the
given
clone
less of a
Kaiman
fuck.
theory.
Like,
It's the keys to the
I
clone
s-
Kaiman
Dungeon
theory. You
Meshi?
skipped it.
Huh?
Yeah, this is Dungeon
I,
Meshi.
I skimmed it for a bit, and there was no
Meshi.
bit, and I was like, the fuck.
Kaiman
I
Meshi,
understand,
yes.
Justin. This is a very important part for the healing goza, what you mentioned before. Someone mentioned that.
Oh, I also
Alright.
said that dumb shit. I forgot how much dumb shit I said last time.
Were you drinking?
No, I'm just an idiot.
Based.
My shit, the shit that I spit out is so dumb. I don't even remember it from week to week.
No, some of it dumbass myself.
Wow.
See, I don't have that problem. No, that's not true.
Look, man, the amount of brain I have to deal with for this one accounting
There was
class.
Killing Gyoza, there was clone theory. I'm starting to think Cayman's gonna be the big bad. Oh no, wait, I said that last time, or did someone else say that?
Oh no, we said Iwitsu is gonna be the big bad.
Oh yeah,
okay?
Evasu's gonna be the big bad. Yeah.
Episod's just vibing. I don't know why you guys think she could do anything wrong.
Listen,
That's what she makes you
listen.
think.
They want you to think. You fool, Nyan.
Exactly.
You leave them alone for 1 minute. They start committing war
I'm looking at my
crimes.
notes.
Just like Shmaine Shmuki.
Shmaine Shmuki.
Oh,
You still don't know that
so
one.
can I say what my favorite part of the manga was this week?
That's
Hold
not
on.
finished yet.
I don't know. Is it going to be a long thing, or should we wait
No,
until
it's
we
2
officially
seconds.
start? Okay, what's your
Okay.
favorite thing?
It was the very beginning where Evasu was like, I lost my fakeys, and then she's looking for them for a few panels, and then
Oh my
Fujita
God.
is like, what are
What
these
are
soft
these
round
soft
things?
Yeah.
I love when they do
Yeah.
that with Ebisu. In like several
Those are-
scenes, they'll like do these little gags that's happening in the background while
Yeah,
a conversation's
callbacks.
happening. It's just...
Yeah, they do these little callbacks to earlier panels with Ebisu, and they're amazing.
Mhm.
All right, I think we're ready to get started. What do you think, Anne?
Yeah.
Okay. And we still have not heard from Turando, so the assumption will be that he will either be late or not here, so that's fine. All right. I turned off the
Did I on
pre-show.
Dragon
We're
Ball Z?
ready. We are ready to begin. Is everybody ready? We're starting now. We're starting
Yes.
now. We're a bit
Yep.
late, but we're here. We're here. Welcome, everybody, to another exciting week of the Anime Book Club here on the marvelous, amazing, spectacular YouTube channel, youtube.com/Wolfborg with 2 G's, sometimes 1 G, depending on the platform you're looking on YouTube, on Twitch, and Kick is where we're live on. Your mom's Apple smartwatch, whatever it is, you can find us somewhere. And we are discussing this week volumes 5 and 6 of Dorohedoro. Okay, and we have our usual guest, and we also have a new guest joining us here today, a Mist who has apparently read the entirety of the series several times over. I talked to him before, and he's not going to spoil any of the series. He will neither confirm nor deny any insane merpeople theories that we have. He may or may not insert misinformation. He may or may not insert misinformation, whether it's about future chapters or chapters that we read this week. There may or may not be misinformation inserted. That's up to him to decide, So let's go through each of the guests that we have for this week for introduction/greetings, whatever you want to go through and say. As usual, we do an alphabetical order, which means our guest here is going to start. Amidst, introduce yourself.
Hello. It's Miss Nun. Yeah. It's Miss Nun. Most of the time I spend most of my time doing a lot of music for multimedia projects, but besides that, majority of percentage is just reading a lot of manga. And I'm really glad, I'm really happy to be here to kind of gush on like one of my favorites in general, being Dorohedoro. So it gave me a cool opportunity to kind of come back to read a chapter again and sort of like appreciate a lot of like the earlier stuff, especially this time around, because there's a lot. There's definitely a lot to talk about.
Yes. Oh, yes. There's a ton to talk about with this series. Thank you so much for that. And now we will move on to Arimia.
Hi. I like shonen shit. You should read D. Grayman. Thank you.
I don't want to read D. Grayman. What happens now?
You say this every week. Eventually, you will read it.
What if I don't? I don't know.
That's a promise.
All I'm saying is I'm voting for D. Grayman next.
I would not put it up to here. There is way.
See.
I would have to spend an hour explaining shit.
You would have to be a D. Grayman apologist. We understand.
No, I'd have to explain everything. Like, okay, no. So this isn't out of character because this is actually leading up to this in like 300 chapters. Don't worry about this.
Yeah,
It'll be
sure.
fine.
Okay, Grandma, get back to bed. Yeah, what's up?
How long is D. Grayman?
250 chapters. 250
it's too long.
just
The answer's
released
too long.
2 weeks ago.
Wow. All right, well, that's an amazing D. Grayman shout out. Whether or not it ever gets picked in the book club is highly unlikely. But well, you never know. Yeah, you'll vote for it, and then Arimia won't vote for it. So, all right. And then me, the host. You're here somewhere if you're listening to this right now. So make sure you're also pressing the subscribe or the follow or the likes. Any button you can click, whether money is associated with it or not. Press the buttons. Press them. Leave me an angry comment. Tell me how dog shit of a host I am. Okay, it gives me engagements. So that's fine by me. And as usual, my opinions on everything are the best. It's just unrivaled. Especially when it comes to Dorohedoro fan theories, okay? The unlimited Kaiman theory, I'm a supporter of it. I'm quite a supporter of it, I gotta say. And next up, we have Justin.
Hi, my name's Justin. I'm having some issues right now with some medical health problems. Like my lower half of my body is actually like scaly, and my feet form into a fin, and I was born in the sea. I'm still like kind of a person from the
That sounds like a personal problem.
Some people keep calling me mer people.
Oh, do they? Oh, okay.
You are so brave for sharing. Thank you.
Yeah. Also, I wanted to shit talk Mitz Nun as he was talking, and then he kept saying wholesome shit, so I felt bad, so I didn't.
Okay, so what's the shit talk you want to say now?
I was just calling him a fucking nerd when he said Dorohedoro was his favorite and he likes reading.
Wow. Can you imagine having?
I felt bad because it was really wholesome.
Can you imagine having personal favorites? What a fucking loser. Am I right, guys? Wow.
The nerve.
Oh.
You want to do that for MS liking Dorohedoro, but not for Arimia liking D. Grayman. I understand.
No, that's based.
Oh, okay.
I like
I don't even know
Degrayman.
what degradement is, to be honest with you.
Like strange taste either.
It's all right.
All right, and next up we have Nyan Bacon.
Hello, I'm Nyan and or Andy. You will hear me referred to as all three of those during this stream. I am an artist. If you want to follow my journey in trying to draw at least once every day, you can follow my Twitter, the Nyan Bacon. And we will be streaming tomorrow, Friday night, on my Twitch channel. Also, I believe the Nyan Bacon. Tomorrow we'll probably be continuing Alien Isolation, and then I'm doing modded Minecraft Sunday nights. So join us for that. And before we go any further, tonight's stream snack was
Hell yeah. Hell
a Cobb
yeah.
salad with ranch, an entire box of pizza rolls, so I think it was like 15 pepperoni pizza rolls, and those Brookside dark chocolate acai and blueberry things that I really like. I recommend them. They're very good.
All right.
Nice.
Sounds based. And last but not least, we have Shadowman V4.
I am Shemi before I like playing games. On Monday, I'm doing X3, but Nyan intentionally is going to make the game as hard as possible.
Hell yeah, let's go!
So Nyan gets Bekoi murder.
Nice, nice.
I love murdering
There's
people.
actually some choices you got to make if you want to spare murder some people. That changes
Hell
up like
yeah.
some of the later stages.
I take my
Just
Mondays off
X3
work
for being
now,
a
so
cool game.
I'll be there.
Hell yeah. All right. So if you are interested in those things, be sure to check out those memes.
All
Now,
right, I'm playing the PlayStation 1 version of X3. Forgot to mention that.
yeah, it's a very
specifically.
important detail. Very important detail. Sorry. I forgot to pause to wait for that detail. Sorry, guys. All right.
Sorry, my
So
bad. Sorry, no, I forgot.
it's very important. It's very important. I know. I understand. Anyways, thank you so much, everybody, all the guests for showing up. Now it's time to begin the discussion about volumes 5 and 6. What were our thoughts about these two volumes? We started most of these volumes taking place during a concept in the Sorcerer's World known as the Blue Night, which is actually a several night event.
I found that interesting. I'm looking at my notes, right? And for some reason, my notes are just whatever the fuck I was thinking at. So, like, my notes start out recap at the beginning, question mark, and then never mind, I forgot he left for the Sorcerer World. But the Blue Knight thing I thought was really interesting. Actually, you know what? Maybe it might be because of stuff that happened later on. Now that I think about it, I might be jumping the shark here. Jumping ahead.
I don't even understand
Is
where
that
your
a
train of thought is
reference?
going here.
No, I was thinking about like the Devils and the Kaido, but that's like way later into the Blue Knight, not the beginning. And we
Yeah,
haven't got there yet.
right. Well, let's
This is
start
what
by
I'm doing
talking
my
about
thoughts were about.
the one thing I wanted to say first of all. Okay, we have the whole, and like it's even. I don't know what that is. Hold on.
FBI, open up.
FBI, open up.
I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know
Read
what's
to
going on.
Dorohedoro, chap. The government's out to get you.
Okay.
Oh,
All right.
man.
You guys talking about
Are you and your
right
gun?
back. Shut up. I'll be
Okay.
right back.
All right, so yeah, my notes are just random bullshit. I don't even know why I bothered.
I don't.
I
take
mean, that
notes.
is also kind of what the series is. To be
I
fair.
know,
I
yeah.
was gonna grab some screenshots, but I knew you two would be on that. So you know,
Mhm.
Almost every line of my notes just ends in a question mark.
wonderful. This is great. This is gonna be a wonderful stream.
Did y'all hear that?
I typed
What?
Nikaido as Nikita at one point here.
that's right.
Eventually, it'll become Nike. I swear, it's gonna happen.
Nike. Nikita's
Nike, the
fajitas.
goddess of victory, you know? I mean,
That's what I thought.
Oh, I was thinking about the
Oh.
shoes.
Well, the
which
shoes
are
are also named after Nike, the
We're
goddess
almost
of
there,
victory.
Shadow. Keep going.
No,
Keep going.
no. The Air
He's about
Force
to walk
Ones
straight
came
into the
first.
point.
I didn't know.
Wow.
Oh, look at the Shadow's a dumbass. The Shadow Man before.
Jesus.
Hope you enjoyed.
Yeah. All right. We just say.
Sorry, my roommate's watching the new Has Been Tell episode in the room.
Oh, perfect timing.
Oh, I did have
Time
one
to get
thought
a new
about.
roommate.
A noisy ass
Mhm.
room there. I can hear them from all the way over in Canada.
So do any of y'all think Cayman's gonna do like the turnaround where like he's gonna start to like sorcerers because of the time he's spending with them and shit like that?
I could see a little bit of that. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if like he becomes, especially like once he finds out about Nikaido.
I think he
Alright,
knows.
Chip.
No, he's definitely knows by now, like internally,
He's in
even if he doesn't want
denial,
to admit
though.
it. Yeah, he's in denial.
Yeah.
He's coping and seething.
Are we talking about Kaiman knowing about
He's either
Nikaido
in-
being a sorcerer?
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Probably knows.
Yeah.
No way, right?
Well, I'm pretty sure at this point Kaiman knows.
No, he
like,
does. He's just
Well,
in
because
denial.
it's like basically been outright told to him. I'm pretty sure in one of the previous chapters he was like, "Yeah, like
yeah,
that
it
wouldn't
was-
change anything."
yeah,
Yeah, it was the doctor, I think.
yeah. And like at this point too, he's in the sorcerer world hanging out with like those restaurant sorcerers or whatever. So it's like
Mm.
he's
Yeah.
getting more acquainted with some sorcerers. He's not like a person who's like all these sorcerers have to die at this point now. So it's not like even if, finding out Nikaido, and I don't even know if before if he had found out Nikaido was a sorcerer that he would have like hated her, because I felt like at that point she was like the one main friend he's had ever since he's come into his existence as Kaiman. So that'd be pretty. But like now with the situation where with N or whatever in Nikaido, which that's gonna add a different layer to it depending on how she acts afterwards. But yeah.
Yeah. I do think like what I think is really cool where they set with Kaiman's sort of relationship with magic, how when so like in the chapter where you get the cool shot of like showing the Hell House, right, and all the demons coming out when they're on the bench.
Oh yeah.
I think it's kind of cool they do keep this consistency of like devils being, like in actual hell, like they are the most OP because they were former angels, right?
Yep.
So it's this concept of like there's underground, there's authority, and then there's what keeps authority and power essentially. And I think what's cool is like devils, when you get to that point of like the devils being like source of magic, but at the same time it's like, how can we find a way to sort of exploit that, or like how we find a way to have them in that environment. And I thought it was just like such a cool shot of seeing like the little barn cabin and just kind of like
just a
skydiving
floating little cabin in the air that they do the Blue Knight ritual in. I thought that was like a weirdly awesome concept. I did like as well the added information that you could train to become a devil, because that's what Noi's past was. And she almost made it. So, yeah.
Yeah.
But she saved Shin.
What were you going to say, Ramia?
And then didn't N say that was his cousin too?
Yes.
Yeah, Noi is supposed to be related to N. They don't mention it too often. I think that was more they mentioned it at the beginning, but they're supposed to be cousins or related in some way.
I think by the end it was more implied that it was an adopted relationship. Like he kind of took her
that makes
under
sense.
his wing or whatever.
Yeah, because
that's about right.
As a part of the N Syndicate. So wait, and N's hosting the Blue Knight in like his like not
his
mansion,
house.
but like his playground area or whatever. He's turned this whole giant area into like a mushroom area or whatever that people can just go in and party for the night. It's a whole formal event too, so everybody's dressing up for it to meet their partner or kidnap their partner, because apparently that's an optional thing too. You can force somebody to become your partner against their will.
Very close to hell. It just comes with the territory.
And some of these sorcerers do it by specifically targeting some of the most powerful sorcerers, which is what Shin and Noi had to deal with, where they were trying to kidnap Shin and they had to get Noi out of the way for it and everything. Yeah.
The level of control they have after the contract is signed seems OP as fuck. I mean, I'm sure something's gonna happen, but still.
That's the devil magic that's doing that, right? Because they had to like sign some contracts, but like for the ones you kidnap, they sign a specific different one that puts them under your control. And like it's a whole thing where it's like you have to get them ready for the ritual while they are actively fighting against being kidnapped too. So it's not like a rushed kind of thing. It's like you still have to prepare them for it and everything, because they like.
I think Yeah, I was just gonna say, I think it's kind of goofy that the author keeps fucking over Ebisu and like getting anything done. But I wish that we had seen Ebisu and Fujita like go forward with their contract thing, because I think that they would be adorable partners, and I thought that it was really cute that like Ebisu requested and wanted to be Fujita's partner. I think they're so cute.
I
That was
do think
another
they're
funny
cute.
call. Oh,
No, yeah,
on.
you go.
I was gonna say that was another funny callback where she's eating the pie that dude was made out of, and then once the contract thing, she's stuck in the bathroom because of it.
I was
And even Noi was like, "Don't eat that."
I thought it was funny, but I was also so mad because, like Ann said, Fujita and Ebisu at this point are just fucking adorable together. Where it's like Fujita's just miserably waiting for like this one person to show up to be his partner, and he even sent himself a request to not look like as much of a loser for not getting any. And he's just like sad about it because he's had his last partner die, and it's like confirmed he's like dead. They only have like what, like
He's,
a
like,
part
dead,
of his
dead.
like liver or something
They
like
have
that.
his blood in a bag or something.
So he's just like, oh, nobody wants to be my partner. And like for 3 days, he's waiting in this one spot while Ebisu's just there. And like every time he's like, no one wants to be my partner, the panel, like the camera just zooms into Ebisu's face. It's like, am I a joke to you? I'm right here. Hello.
Right fucking here.
And then, like, when time's running out, Ebisu's like, here, Baka, or whatever. Like, she doesn't say it, but it's like the kind of tsundere kind of attitude of like, here's the request form. Anyways, we're going now. And so they go to do it, and they're getting ready to do it, but she stays in the bathroom because she ate the fucking meat pie that was actually a person and did not enjoy
on
the
the
taste of it
floor.
at all. And yeah, so I was so mad about that because I was like, man, they're so cute together, and they just missed the deadline to become partners officially. I don't know if it really matters if you're willing to be partners anyways. I don't know if I feel like there's probably some kind of benefit to it. There's got to be some
I
kind,
genuinely
but-
just kind of assumed because Noi had
Yeah.
been talking, or not Noi, fucking N had been talking so much about like needing a new partner. I thought it was something that they like agreed to outside of it. I didn't realize until these chapters that there was a whole ritual for it. So
Right.
in my head, for the longest time, Fujita and Ebisu had just like been partners in my head like this entire time.
Yeah.
If there's a whole ritual for getting a fucking mask, you bet there's one for being partners.
I guess. It's a
These
dumbass
Reddit users
ritual.
have a lot of rituals. How do they get anything done? It's just all rituals.
Listen, okay, it's
I
ritual.
do 5 ritual spells. What do I do?
Listen, when they're not doing rituals, they're practicing on magic victims, okay? Which do you want, okay? Do you want more magic victims in this world? Do you want them to torture more people, huh? Huh? It's fucked up. It's fucked up.
More came in around.
Wow.
Wow.
So we had most of at least volume 5, I think, was primarily just about the Blue Knight. And then immediately after the Blue Knight, it's like a quick murder mystery chapter with, what was the bird guy's name? Or he looks like a bird guy to me. En's old partner.
It starts with
Chota?
O, I think. Ochita?
Chodo or so Chodo,
Chodo?
Chodo, something like that.
It was like En's like partner who was like in a cage before or whatever, and like was he was the one who could reverse curses with like a recipe or whatever, but it was like a very complicated
Oh,
recipe.
With another fucking ritual.
Listen, okay, the rituals happen. All right, it's been known to happen. Blue Knight's happen.
Players, Nyan.
So Nikaido was
Like
grabbed
murder.
during the event because En realized who Nikaido, because En's been looking for specifically a new partner who has control of time or has some kind of magic related to time. And then we find out in his autobiograph movie, which is produced, written, directed, and starring him, and is totally accurate.
Completely true.
100%, okay? That he has a long-standing rivalry with some member of the Cross Eyes, and he's trying to find a magic user so that he can go back to years ago to I forget what it was, something related to getting rid of the Cross Eye or figuring
Confirm
out something
if he
that happened.
fucking died or not.
Oh yeah,
I
to
need
confirm
know
if he
died.
died, because he's not sure if he died.
Which is so funny. It's like, I would build a time machine just to know who Jack the Ripper was.
Listen,
There are
That's
people
like
out
the
there who do
same
that.
level.
it's an important question, okay? It's an important
It
question.
is. It is. Just by the
Yeah.
investing. It's like, no,
So,
nothing like
I-
actually useful. I want to know if this guy died or not.
I was also confused though, because I was like, why are they just assuming she has time powers? I don't know if I missed it. I didn't.
They did an
Think
analysis
of-
on her powder from, I think she had gone to exchange it with the guy in the shop before she killed him, right? So she'd
Okay.
given it to him and he was like, oh, like I have to do an analysis on it. And then I guess she just forgot to grab it. So when they were going to do the investigation and like, oh, why did the shop owner die? They found the magic and saw like what
Still
it was
the
supposed to
videotape.
do. And he was like, we need that girl.
I see. I was confused because I had thought like they had saw footage of her killing the guy and just assumed she was so fast she must be abusing time. That was kind of what was going through my head because I was like, I guess I just missed that part, and I was just like, why are they all just assuming she has time powers? Because I feel like if you do have time powers, you'd be using them to get out of these situations. But I feel like now it's probably something like Nikaido doesn't know the extent of her time powers or doesn't use them for reasons, which we're probably going to find out later.
I imagine something like that, like if she could actually control time, there would have to be some kind of massive stipulations or maybe even downsides to it. So I assume that's what we'll be looking into next.
Yeah.
Next time on JoJo.
God damn it.
Meanwhile, along with the Blue Knight thing, we started off these volumes with Kaiman having left Nikaido and all that because he didn't want Nikaido to get hurt anymore from like because the last time she was like hurt by like having the mushroom spores in her back, which is how she ends up back here again. It was because En realized the mushroom spore is still
It's all
inside
Ed's
of her.
fault.
Yeah, pretty much.
That seemed bullshit, by the way.
Yeah, that did. That seemed very overpowered about, oh, well, she had my mushrooms inside her before, so I could just send not only just start the spores again in her, but send a giant spore thing that can fight them and kill them or like transform them or whatever. No, that didn't
And then
transform
melt
them.
into the floor and open a door into
Yeah.
En's fucking office if he loses anyway.
I was like, what the fuck? This is
The game was
like,
rigged from the start.
listen,
It was rigged from the start.
I was like, I understand he can turn things into mushrooms. I didn't realize he could do that kind of shit. That's like some weird fucking JoJo stand bullshit, okay? Remote stands and all that.
I did notice though that we just keep learning as we learn more about En. He seems more and more important and wealthy. So I'm just assuming that he's more powerful than we think the further we
Yeah.
go on.
Right, yeah.
More powerful than we can comprehend.
We also found out about a past event that he had caused, known as the Death Shroom incident, where just an entire area, a giant like town or city or whatever, was just all turned into mushrooms.
I had a theory about this.
Yep.
So we got
All
the
dreams have
bullshit.
meaning, my
We got
dreams.
the bullshit of like telling of it, where he's like trying to eliminate like a cross-eye guy and like wipes out a town and doing it, and that's supposed to be the Death Shroom incident, right?
Yep.
And I was thinking that maybe like it was actually the cross-eyed guy like bested him or something, and he like lost
Fucking
control.
purples.
Like he lost control with Nikaido, and like
I
he's
believe it.
actually ashamed about it, and that's why he wants to eliminate the cross-eyed people.
I could believe
And
it.
he because oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I can also believe it because the murder mystery bonus chapter that happened, and En's like, you can figure this out, right? Good luck. And it turns out he was the one who did it. He was just drunk and killed someone.
The murder was you.
He just killed them by accident while he was drunk. Well, not by accident. It was because he was a news reporter or whatever. But he just killed it while he was drunk. He just didn't even realize it. So see, he's been known to have fits of temper tantrums at times. Okay, it's been known to happen.
Yeah,
Like
it was
killing
that
news
or
reporters, that's pretty based if you ask me.
but then we got
Yeah,
told
that's
about
right.
how he wanted to go back in order to confirm if the guy was dead or not, which kind of threw me off because I thought maybe
Man,
he wanted to
this
undo
movie
the
needs to be historically accurate, okay? We can't have any errors.
No, I thought he wanted to maybe go back and like undo the Death Room incident, but I don't know. I had like two conflicting theories on that.
I feel like it's probably going to be more of like he doesn't think that he thinks like he got away and he wants to go back to make sure he actually dies. during the incident because he never found him again. I think is probably more so what the plan is.
That's what I was thinking.
I still want to know where the fuck Rizzo comes into all of this.
but Rizu, my immediate assumption is that Rizu is that cross-eyed person, or that was my initial assumption, but then I was like, well, then he would have just recognized him when he saw Rizu. So I was like, maybe the guy En's looking for is the boss of the cross-eyes, and they're, maybe Rizu's part is that he, like we theorized last time, knows the identity of the cross-eyed boss, and Rizu's part is going to be locating them, probably. I don't know, that's my assumption.
I'll also figure out why the hell his name is N.
Oh, what was it? They named him N because
He's the only one who survived hell.
Shit.
Oh yeah, because he
That's
was
another
accidentally brought to
over-exaggeration.
hell, and then he lived, and they were like,
Survived.
and basically
Chad,
all the
you're
devils,
based.
all the devils are pretty much like, all right, we bring him back, and we don't fuck with this guy. Okay, he can actually survive in hell. We don't fuck with him. All right.
Yeah, I
Take
just
the
assumed all that's a
pledge.
lie.
Listen, okay, no, it's 100% true, 100% fact. All right. It's
I mean, why else was his name be N?
I did also, I didn't, at some point, I don't think it was in one of these volumes, but I think I read somewhere, Judas's ear was named after a mushroom. I didn't realize Judas's ear was a mushroom. It seemed like a weird, but apparently that's a mushroom. I found out that little
There's a
info.
ton of weird mushrooms.
All these
Still a
mushrooms.
stupid name.
Listen, it's not very
Judas's
nice.
let me rephrase. Judas's ear for a mushroom, fine, whatever. Judas's ear for a pet that you're going to be calling frequently, stupid and dumb.
Oh man,
plain
the
and
old
simple.
name for this mushroom is not great.
It's the old name.
I don't want to say.
Let's not say it. I don't even know what it is, but let's not say it then. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Yeah,
Can
no.
you at least DM it to me, Justin?
Just,
You're being like,
no. We don't have to be DMing whatever fucked up shit you can't say on stream. Okay, don't worry about it. You have Google. You can figure it out. Okay, you can
Anyways,
figure it
the
out.
blue moon, whatever.
The blue knight. Okay.
Whatever the hell it was
The bl-
called.
Oh my god, fake fan. All right. Did you even read the volumes? Oh my god.
Yes.
I will say, okay, I liked the
What
Blue
now?
Knight as a nice little arc event because like
It's so cool.
there's no huge stakes going on, so it's not like they're gearing up for a big like challenge. So it's more just like a
There's
weird
no
mix
huge
of like
stakes. They almost got killed.
well no I
I
mean,
mean, I
in
guess that's every
Blue Knight-
chapter, but
yeah, no, that's what I mean. I mean, in terms of like the Blue Knight, at first I'm thinking like, oh, this is some big thing that they have to, kind of like how in the Hole they have to deal with zombies rising up every single year. This is more like a party that kind of lasts several days with like formal attire and all that. And it's like, sure, some of them get kidnapped and forced into, partnership with them. But, that happens. Don't worry about that. So, but I liked the introduction of like Kaiman in the sorcerer world, fucking around at that restaurant at first, and then infiltrating in. His whole process of infiltrating in was like very funny to me. Pretty much Kaiman's journeys by himself are like very funny to me because he's always just very simple-minded and things just kind of work out with it. He's just like, well, I'm hungry. This guy's getting fucked over. I'll just beat up these guys that are fucking these people over. Oh, he's got a restaurant.
Here's
Hey,
the
can I work here
problem
now?
with the episode.
Yeah. And it's like, he's like, okay, I have to get into the event. I can't get in without a ticket, it looks like. Well, how can I get in? Well, I guess I'll just beat up this guy, take on his armor. And then he's like walking around the place. And the people keep trying to give him chores to do because he's in the uniform. So people keep trying to give him chores to do. So he's like, well, I don't want to do all this shit. This isn't my fucking job. And I was just thinking, like, why would you be doing it for more than 1 second if you're just trying to break in? Why not just leave? What are they gonna do?
Because he's such a charming person.
Yeah, he's very
character.
he's very simple minded. He'll just do it.
Bro's
Just because he's
absolutely
like,
the kind of person where somebody would be like, if
Mhm.
if all of your friends told you to jump off a cliff, would you? And he'd be like, yeah, absolutely. Why wouldn't I?
No, I was thinking he would survive though.
Of course. Maybe that's because that's why he's like so stupid, is because he hasn't learned. He hasn't received repercussions for being stupid, so he hasn't learned to not be stupid.
listen, they happen.
I
Okay?
feel like-
it happens. What do you feel like?
I feel like that gives Kaiman so much benefit of the doubt. That makes it seem like I think it's interesting of like Kaiman sort of being that kind. Because you know what that okay, you know what it reminds me of? It feels like a less extreme version of Denji, whereas in
Right.
Chainsaw Man, because at least because with Denji, like the whole juxtaposition you're getting is that his simplicity and wants and needs is what keeps him sane through everything. Whereas Kaiman's like he's more of just like Kaiman's just more just he's
He's
going
just
along,
like
but at the same
he's just
time he
like
has
I'm
needs,
hungry, so I just want to
so he's
fucking
just
rob
forcing
somebody
everything,
so that
yeah.
I can get money for gyoza, or like I'm working at this restaurant now. I'm just gonna eat the food, and if they yell at me about it, oh well. I like he's very like simple about like whereas like Denji's like he's got these needs and he'll like work towards them or whatever. Kaiman's just like yeah, fuck it. I guess I kind of want this right now. He's like, and like it works out for him in a very like fun way for me. Like, yeah, I don't know. I like Kaiman. He's very chill. He's very chill.
Speaking of Denji, again, by the way, this is the second time this has happened. There was a bit, I feel like we jumped the gun a bit, where he like guys in front of a door. I was like, I really shouldn't open this. I feel for some reason.
I was thinking that too. I was thinking the Denji
That's a
because
good
this was like that was a
point.
dream sequence too, where it was like his dream
I
of his past
know.
or whatever trying to ward him, and I was like, oh, this is just like Chainsaw Man. But like
It's
Chainsaw Man
happening.
came way after that.
Fujima's
though,
at
so-
it again.
Yeah, true. It was Frogimoto, okay, coming in to steal from Dorohedoro. All right, we always knew
I
he
would
was
say
he was a
steal.
massive
Okay.
fraud. He steals everything. All right, he doesn't. Man,
Look, man, I'm telling you, Fujimo is everywhere.
he's everywhere.
You know,
He's
I did
everywhere.
want to gush about. I did like want to like kind of gush on. Well, actually, no, you brought Chainsaw Man up. That Dorohedoro and both those two series have in common, where I think is really cool, is sort of the designs for both the devils and sort of like what they represent, like physically, and then their own abilities and like the grander scheme of hell. I thought it was like really cool when, towards the end of this this volume of Dorohedoro, where they introduced one of the larger devils, like the executioner one, like the one with the noose.
Oh yeah, there was a whole. They try to go somewhere to
Fucking
like
sick,
give him
yeah.
his last
The
meal.
prisoner.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
cross-eye prisoner who tries to like tell more, or they try to get more
What did they-
information about the cross-eyes.
What do they call that prison again? It was something about hell. It was like literally fucking in
It's
like
like literally
heating with the
like
flames of hell.
prisons are like literally the next like pretty
I
much
think it's
hell.
like called the Pit of Hell
Yeah.
or something.
Something like
It's-
that. Yeah.
Yeah, and then like it's like oh, he's having his last meal. Oh, time's up. So he was in the middle of talking to you. Too fucking bad. It's execution time. Noose just comes down. He starts eating him. It's like Kaiman's like, no, wait, I need the answer from him real quick. And they're like, no. His time's up. We don't fuck around in this prison.
We got
Okay,
the-
your time's up.
He got
And-
the hands.
And he was sentenced for a dumb reason too. It wasn't like he was a mass murderer or anything. He was like sending fraudulent devil manju in the mail. It was like food. It was
Yeah.
and
Man,
the
that's a high
prisons are
offense, okay?
because the prisons are pretty much like the pits of hell, right? So it's pretty much just they don't like it when you slander devils. You slander the devil, you go straight to prison. Anything else is fine. They don't give a shit if you murder or anything. But if you slander the devils,
That's fine.
listen.
But yeah,
So-
I think design wise, that devil's sick. Like the way it looks with the noose and like the with the giant boots and everything.
Right.
Everyone has nice shoes. That's what I like about this.
He's got like shoes.
Speaking of shoes, somebody
He's
in
got the
chat.
kicks.
Somebody in chat said, "Can I say something about Fujita's shoes?" And the reason he wears them is something that you get if you reread the first volume. Not a spoiler. I don't.
Yes.
If it's not a major spoiler, sure. I don't remember what the specific reason was. I just assumed it was because he was part of a clown gang. He's got clown shoes or whatever, or weird
a clown
kind of
myself.
clown-ish shoes. I don't know if there was a specific reason for it, but
I don't remember.
yeah, I don't know. So, what else did we have? We had Shin and Noise meeting, which was
Yeah.
at first it was like, yeah, you didn't pay for your food. How about we fight to do it? Wait, but you're injured. Hold on, let me just heal you real quick. Can't see, I don't have
It's the
offensive
only
magic.
flex-
And then he's just like, all right, boom, back of the head. Sorry, I don't have money. See ya. And he just leaves. And they were just like rivals at first almost. But then Shin ended up like starting to work for En. this was at the time where he was running like a ramen shop. He was trying to branch out into like hosting his own like ramen shop, and it eventually closed for reasons. I forget.
Because all of the mushrooms that they were putting into
Oh.
it that he made caused food poisoning.
Yes, that's what it
and
was.
It had to be shut down.
I was like, I remembered it was a funny reason. I just couldn't think of it. There's always like a funny reason for these things happening in this fucking series.
It's Manga.
But yeah, Noi was going through a whole training to become a devil, and they were like starting to grow horns and everything for it. But the next phase of it, the last phase, was you have to go a whole year without using magic, and she almost made it. I think she was like 1 day away, and then she had to do it to save
3
Shin.
days.
Yeah, 3 days away, and then she had to use it to save Shin.
Mhm.
And I was like,
Shin is just always wearing something on top of his head. Just
as
always,
soon
just
as soon as I heard them say you can't use your magic for a year, I'm like, okay, so Shin and Noi meet because Noi has to save Shin, and that's why she didn't become a devil. I knew that immediately.
Yeah, of course.
It's pretty fucking romantic. I think I like it. I like it as a neat
They're
little
so
backstory for them.
cute.
You know, it's very nice. It's very nice.
There's a cool interview with, this is not spoilers. It was like an early interview with the author, Q Hayashida, and kind of talking about her process for relationships with characters. And one of the things I remember they're pointing out of that in terms of like relationships with other characters, there was a sort of goal to make sure like there's either little to no romance, or I need to make it as clear as possible in the beginning. So it's like, it's more of just like trying to set up friendships and any form of relationship is like not something really thought of until like the very end.
Right.
So I think that's why and the show kind of does this cool thing too with that of you get kind of more focus on relationships camera wise, but at the same time, they won't. I mean, it'll stay platonic majority of them, but it's more like, yeah, it's just like this. It's cool ways of like showing both relationships growing, but not going automatically romantic, which I think is really really cool.
It's nice. I think it's definitely a breath of fresh air from a lot of like the way that so many like rom-coms or dramas like drastically speed up the process. That being said, I fucking hate slow burns. I cannot stand slow burn fan fiction. I don't read anything with long drawn out romance. You know why I hate Hunger Games? I hate Hunger Games because, spoiler alert, Candace and Peeta got together at the end. I can't, don't do that. If they're gonna be in love, tell me at the first chapter or kill off one of them and make it sad. Okay?
Hey, Nyan, speaking of speedrunning it, you know what's a pretty good manga for that? It's called Familiar Zero.
Wow.
No,
yeah, called out.
Familiar is really fall.
The person got back to us in the chat.
When we do Mega Man.
The person got back to us in the chat. They said it is for the reason why Fujita has those shoes. Is a ritual in this world to wear those shoes in burials. He wears it to Matsumura's funeral, but never takes it off because he's still mourning his friend. Wow.
Aww.
Oh.
What a guy.
Well, now he's also
lame.
carrying just a bag of his blood. So.
As you
What a
I feel like that's a little morbid way to.
Dude, get over it.
Yeah, come on.
That's
now.
everyone's
You got
telling him.
you got the
That's what everyone's
shoes.
been
Come
telling
on.
him, get over it.
It's not his fault. That's all that was left after Ebisu was done with him.
And then Ebisu tried to transform again this time too, and they just could not transform. It was like the doctor
or something.
The doctor and Johnson had like broken out, and they're like from ends like capturing them or whatever. So they broke out and they're like trying to like rob some sorcerers there for food and like escape or whatever. And Fujita's like, "Don't worry, Ebisu, transform now, take care of him." And Ebisu's just like, I don't have enough smoke, and turns into like a very tiny worm with a skull attached to it.
I think it's because
didn't work this time.
she didn't have the black powder this time.
Yeah, she's gotta be hopped up on the powder. Okay, she's
Yeah, she was the powder addict.
yeah.
I'm telling you, Blue Knight, Blue Myth. I'm just saying.
You say
Any
Walter
time
White's going
now.
to show up somewhere. There's a lot of cooking in this, so I don't know.
Yeah, you know
a little bit of blue.
what's kind of wild is that Dorohedoro is like technically a '90s manga since it started in '99.
Right.
And by the time it finished in 2014, there was a sort of thing of like, you know, a lot of the early chapters kind of being thrown around, and then this sort of this sort of thing of like essentially the designs and a lot of the like smaller details of like their either shoes related or anything clothes wise. I thought was really dope. And you like the casual attire over demons. There's just, there's something really cool about that. Like everything to do with Shin's design, I just love, and just how simple it is. How it's just the Air Force One Jordans with the suit and
His
the
like
hammer.
his
I don't
like
know, yeah.
his like old look when we go the flashback between him and Noi. His like attire at first was just like, here's a potato sack over my head, and I have a hammer still. But like, and when he goes to the formal party, they're just commenting on like their outfits or whatever. Ebisu's joke was like, I looked at Noi's got a big chest, and so I requested them to give me like fake boobs or whatever. And like everybody's got like something that they requested for their suits, and then Shin was just like, I don't really care, and then his suit is just looks like his suit. He's just like, he just wanted to be black. They're just like, this just looks like how you always look. He's like, well, listen, he looks good, so who fucking cares? That just means he's got the drip all the time. That just means he's got it.
Yeah.
He's just got it.
He's got the fit, everything.
Yeah,
Everyone
no
has
point
nice
fixing what
shoes,
ain't
even
broke.
Johnson. True. Johnson, shocking.
Damn.
I've actually really liked how they've managed to maintain Johnson as a character. Because
Oh,
like,
Johnson's the
especially
best.
since his first arc was like the fucking baseball episode, quote unquote. It's like,
Oh, it's
he's
best.
gonna be a one-time like gag throwaway
No.
character, and then they've had him like coming back and developing as a character, and I really
Keeps
appreciate
showing up.
that.
Hell yeah.
I love it.
I
love it.
gotta say, Shin.
What?
A
I
Shin.
was gonna say Shin is a real big fan of like the really old Ford saying it comes in any color as long as it's black.
I also, sorry, speaking of Shin, I appreciate like how suddenly he totally switched up right at the end when he realized that the doctor was the one that had treated his arm.
That was
He's
He was
awesome.
like, oh yeah, we're gonna beat the shit out of his ass. He's like, oh wait,
Oh, yeah.
guys, I know this guy.
Well,
He's
that was like a call.
"Why?"
I thought that was like a callback to like him with Noi, and it was like a showing of Shin's character that he did that shit twice, basically.
I just
You
liked how it
remember
added
this,
to the
you know?
joke with Fujita. Fujita was already like, En, we can't have Nikaido here. He's one of the people who fucking killed Matsumura. And En's like, I don't care. She's my partner now. He's like, God damn it.
He's like-
Nobody
And
cares.
it's literally like you're.
And then he's
and
like,
it was
yeah,
literally
shit,
like-
get him. He's like, oh, he's our friend. Yeah, don't worry. He's with us now. He's cool. He's like, aw, come on, guys. They killed Matsumura. Please, avenge
And
my
was
friend.
and it was literally like, yeah, you're a peasant. Shut the fuck up and kept walking.
Lower class.
You have no say here,
Shocking.
Fujita, okay? Go try to find a partner, okay? See you next Blue Knight, loser.
Yeah, what a guy. I think what's cool like with Johnson is that the idea of cockroach with shoes actually came from because the author loves insects in general but hates cockroaches. So
I mean, that
that's like
tracks.
so yeah, that would be like really scary just to have one constantly standing like all the time with shoes.
So big.
Just standing there menacingly, shockingly.
I mean, hey,
Yeah.
that's one way to get over your fear.
Just overexposure.
It's just draw it
Yeah.
1,000 times.
I feel like if you
You
had
have
a
to
cockroach, if
completely
you hated
understand
cockroaches
the
and they made
anatomy
a
of a
cockroach
cockroach.
character, it would stop becoming fear and more become hatred. Because you know how fucking complicated drawing bugs is, even scaled up. Like, dude, Johnson is
Yeah.
so detailed, and it's like at a point, it's like, you know what? I'm not scared of cockroaches. I just hate them. They're so annoying. Why are they so detailed? Like, I feel like that's the thought process that I would go through personally.
It's me with accounting class.
I really, when we're talking about like the detailed art of this, I really like a lot of the shaded pages along with this that happen, especially in like the bonus chapters where like they're doing really
Oh, yeah.
cool stuff with like the highlighted colors in like some of the scenes. I really like how stylized that is. I like it. It's very nice.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think what's dope is like how a lot of that era in the 90s of the whole 80s and 90s art movements of over detailing and now coming away from these eras of art where at least like in modern media where it's more like trying to just trying to stay in model. And I think it's really dope that for this one kind of taking a lot of the over design style and kind of like bringing it to more on just focusing like of adding or at least like what they're wearing reflecting their character and how like because like some of the design kind of like for Chainsaw Man, some of those designs for the characters were originally like from like the short stories he did and he kind of just threw them in later. So you had that also with Dorohedoro with Kei Hayashida because one series he did before Dorohedoro was called Mocking X, and then it's literally Nikaido. It's literally Nikaido but with red hair, and I think what's cool was like sort of keeping that in her early designs, where she is just pretty much the Hong Kong like action hero design because she's all martial arts, and then later because she's taking care of the restaurant, she then is implementing that and then being in part of whole. But no, I just think stuff like that's really cool.
Yeah, definitely. What else did we have to talk about? Oh, Risu's journey in these volumes has been he was walking around the area in the Blue Night, accidentally opens up where Noi is being held so that she can't fully recover, gets like a full blast of her smoke in his face, and it causes the rest of his body to actually like come back. So he just abandons the mechanical body. So he's just back to life fully, pretty much.
He's
So,
just Rizu again.
Great,
Not pretty much. He's just straight up back to life.
Yeah.
We're so back.
And then where did he go after that? He was trying to he went somewhere and I don't remember where he went. Fuck. This is why I'm supposed to take notes every week, okay?
I don't remember either.
Because I was very confused at first, because I was like, oh, it looked like he just took a blast of smoke. This is like the very end of the chapter, where it's like, he took a blast of smoke. Where did his head go in the next chapter? I'm like, there's just a body here. What happened? And then it like explains it in the next. I kept like looking over those panels. I'm like, did I miss something? There's like another person leaving now. What happened? And then it was explained in the beginning of the next chapter, where it's like the magic fully healed his body, and in the span of like the time where Noi was recovering, he just kind of left his old body, grabbed his stuff, and ran away somewhere. He's still trying to figure out, what the reason was for why he had to be killed.
Oh,
and like who
he
killed
went back to that town that started with a B to find his old partner who would constantly get the headaches when he was doing annoying shit.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah.
Something or whatever. And so he traveled out to that place that I want to say is Berkeley, but it's not fucking Berkeley. And he was like, I have to go find that guy. And that's just kind of where his arc ended for these 2 volumes.
My old bud.
So he's making progress too. Kaiman's making progress. He has been warned by the devil while he was at the execution place that Nikaido has been captured and is at En's mansion. So now he's gonna probably try to rescue her. And they have a way to get in through like making a delivery to there as well, I believe. So that's pretty much the next goal for him, is to get into the mansion through the meat pie deliveries. He's trying to get the meat pie sold.
I hope they put him in a meat pie.
You want the mushroom meat pie? Is that?
Yeah. No, I was saying put Kaiman in the meat pie. That's how they got him in there.
Spoilers.
Oh, put Kaiman in the meat pie. And then Ebisu eats it. Yeah.
Pie.
I shall call the pie Dorohedoro.
So funny.
I remember one of the funny moments with Ebisu for me was Fujita recognizes the professor and Johnson and is like, hey, that's those guys from that baseball game. And she's immediately singing like "Go Sharks" and like doing a cheer. And that's even like Fujita not doing anything, she starts like basically making fun of Fujita in the song too. I'm like, yeah, that's very Evisu pilled. Okay, it's very funny, very good, very based.
Episode build.
Playing the Sigma male trap music. Low diff.
Evisu is still just the best when it comes to like the comedy in this. I think it's fucking she's just fucking hilarious in like everything that she's in this. I love it. I love it.
Damn. No, that's sick. Yeah, definitely a highlight. I think what was cool was also like all the before that, yeah, even after that, like all the little pranks Iwasu would do or Chota would do, like to Nikaido.
Oh yeah, Chota's just fucking.
Dropping
Hey,
bowling balls.
Nikaido, come in. Bowling ball drops on her head. Yes, how can I help you? Yeah, would you like have some tea? Yeah, how does poison taste? Why do you do this to me? All right, now you're gonna sit here and watch N's autobiography. Okay, written, produced, directed, and starring N. Totally accurate. Okay,
Hasn't
don't
been
worry.
released yet.
true.
It's still in production.
It's not.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not finished
That's
yet.
ending
Don't
yet.
worry. He's got to come up with the ending.
No,
Yeah.
he's got to get the facts on that one part at the end. You know,
I want to write an
make
autobiography while
sure
I'm
it's
alive.
historically accurate.
I was expecting the movie to be kind of like a mixture of like a Michael Scott movie and like an intense action movie at the same time. But
Oh yeah.
that kind of thing would probably be harder to portray as like a manga thing. I forget if that was portrayed in the anime because again, it's been years since I watched the anime. But yeah, that seems like the kind of thing where I'd expect like the production value to not be great, but like be really intense when it comes to the action because like that was the only thing that they gave a shit about. That's the kind of director I feel like N is.
As a level of quality, you know.
All right, what else we got here? We went through the Blue Knight. Oh, the restaurant that Kaiman joins up with. That's just a chill like place that he's become friends with those sorcerers. Those are very like I really like the guy who owns the
They're the
place.
homies.
He's very they're very and then that one
Paisanos.
the other person who can just turn people into food. And they're like,
It's
my
kind
magic
of
turns people into meat
insane.
pies, though. So I'm just like, is all the meat pies they sell people?
That's
Is that
what I thought.
magic victims? Is that what he's been doing?
Look, from a dying standpoint, the fucking cost of goods sold is insane. It's none. How they do it.
Listen,
The other thing that I was thinking of, like, she was like, oh, like, no one wanted to be my partner. Like, I guess maybe they were only applying for N's group, but I feel like that's also similar to N. Like, that's an insane power to just, like, be able to turn people into food. I feel like the power scaling corresponding to their social standings is
It's
not
completely
accurate
whack.
at all.
It's
Yeah.
insane.
Because like this person that like works as a cook and a waitress in this shop has basically the same power as N, but N's this massive boss syndicate, and she's just like a waitress. Like what? Where's the logic in that? And like I get that Noi technically has a high standing, but I feel like the fact that she's one of the only, if not the only, healing sorcerer, she would be more well known. Just like to everybody in general.
Also the curse breaker. I like to mention that. Like that's it.
That too. Or the guy that can make the dolls or whatever that was there for like I don't fucking know one
guy?
chapter.
the turkey head.
Yeah. Like he's
Oh, hell
living
yeah.
out in this fucking like middle of
Looks
nowhere.
delicious.
Like, dude, why wouldn't he be like this patron or something? Or like not. I don't know. Like I think. Anyway, I don't know.
It's all because they don't have fancy enough rituals. Okay, it all depends on how fancy your ritual is. All right? Don't...
Yeah, and everyone wants to be mafia.
Yeah,
Seems-
true. See, it's all about the see. That's why he gets all the power because of his rituals as a mob boss. Okay, make sure that they all have formal attire, even when it's just them having dinner amongst themselves, not like a big party thing. You know, he makes sure they all got the drip. He's got his giant mansion. Judas is here when he gets a new pet. He makes sure he's got like a fun little playhouse to hang out in. You know, listen. He knows how to live in style. He knows the rituals. Okay, he's got the fancy rituals. All right. It's all about rituals.
Yeah, and I think it's. Oh, sorry. Yeah, and like I think it's cool. Like with that knowledge, a lot of that end up coming from Chidoruma, and who, by the way, is like that's my favorite character in Dorohedoro is Chidoruma.
Chidoruma's the big boss devil, right?
With the hoodie, yeah.
Because I was gonna point out that it seems that there's some, not necessarily infighting, but definitely some infiltration going on among the devils. But because whoever was helping Nikaido, like Asu or whatever,
Yep.
he's obviously doing it like going against the rest of the devils. So I thought that was interesting. I want to see a little bit more of that. Obviously, a lot of the series have been focusing around the sorcerers, but like, oh, that kind of hints that the devils also like have their own stuff going on, their own like societal norms and stuff that I kind of want to like know about a little, and how it ties into how the sorcerers behave and that kind of stuff.
I
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah, that's a good. That'd be good. Yeah. Well, without spoiling, probably. I think what's cool is like how design wise. I think seeing a lot of these characters in color is. I think it's the only jarring thing about the show is that I wouldn't expect them to be that color. I didn't expect Chidorama's hoodie to be blue, to be like a nice baby blue. I always thought it was like red or something or white. Yeah, no, you gotta get used to that. But I would say that, yeah, and like Tomba's design of having the weird like purple spandex and the purple gloves in the show, I thought it'd just be black. Like, I didn't think it'd be like that.
I have to put this out there. I don't remember his name. Whoever the bird guy is, I hate his design and like his outfit choices. It's so fucking weird. And like this might just be a me thing and the subcultures that I've surrounded myself with, but it's totally giving like Dom sub BDSM.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
vibes.
Well,
Yeah,
I
Okay.
mean,
I was thinking the
and-
same thing, especially because
yeah.
especially because when we first meet him, En's like, yeah, this
Like
is
a
my
metaphor.
partner. He's just kind of trapped in. He's in a cage. I don't
He's chained up.
I don't fucking
He's in a
really
cage.
like the guy. He's fucking weird, but he's got the curse breaking magic.
I didn't get that till now, but
I
thanks.
totally get what they're going for with the dynamic and stuff, but it's just weird, and I don't like looking at him.
I guess that's the idea.
Listen, he's
So
very
cute.
salty about Nikaido being there, though. Okay, he's very salty.
know.
about it.
Taking that
But he's
sub
trying to
spot.
prove his
It's
worth by
tough.
solving all the murder mysteries, which just turned out to be N, because you were just drunk, N. You were just drunk, N.
Yeah, like I don't know if you guys ever seen remember what he looks like in color. Chota the bird guy, like his bottom is all like it's all like a solid blue, like baby blue, like, and then he has like. Yeah, and then he has like the weird, like I don't know, describe him like metal boots, layered armored.
That's what it looks like he has like metal spike leggings in the manga. I haven't seen the anime, so I don't know.
Yeah, in color, it looks even more jarring because it's just a solid black, like mask with the beak.
Yeah.
That's I think what's cool about the show, like Dorohedoro, is like even just looking at colored, like the designs of the characters, you can learn so much about them. I think it's like really dope.
It's just, oh my god, everything about this series visually, in like the ways it's trying to distinguish itself and like make it seem like it's just really good at making it, giving you this like dark, gritty feel for like how this world is, but also showing like, wow, this is just kind of our aesthetic of it. This is kind of the stuff that we're into, but like. And sure, we kill each other, but overall, we're just kind of like fucking around and having fun for the most part. Is like kind of the vibes that usually. I mean, for the magic victims down in the hole, it is not that fun of a time. But for the general cast of the crazy people that we're following for the story, it's a fun time because they can survive that shit. So. Or like they're strong enough to be the ones like responsible for fucking over the people. The one thing I did want to bring up though, and I think I forgot to bring up until now because I got called upstairs or whatever. The hole has a name. The Sorcerer's World is just called Sorcerer's World. I don't know if we're later told an official name for the Sorcerer's World, but I'm just like, do we really just call this the Sorcerer's World?
It's gonna be called N's World, okay?
N's true. Enville, Enland, yeah,
We
whatever.
got back to JoJo yet again.
I didn't realize this until Admus had pointed out like the color thing. I didn't realize that Kevin had a human body with a lizard head on it. I kept thinking that he was just like a scaly.
Wait, really?
Yeah, in all of these screenshots, it looks like he has like human hands, like human skin, and just the scaly head, and it's throwing me off.
forgot
I don't
about
like that.
Now I'm bothered.
what's
Because
wrong,
like in the
Ann?
manga,
What's wrong?
you can suspend. I don't know. Like you're going through it, it's like, oh, it's a story about a lizard man, and I was like, you're right, totally lizard man. But no, he just has a
No.
lizard head, but it's like
They
a
lied to you.
human. I don't like that. No, bring back the lizard man. What
The
the
true
fuck?
horror.
Listen,
Sorry, Nyan. We got half baked.
I will say the further we go into the series, the more I like the panels that repeatedly happen where it's just Kaiman's face, like either shocked or excited or whatever, where he's just looking forward with the gas mask on. It's just like I see the face and I'm just like, yep, that's a Kaiman moment. He's about to do something fucking stupid and it's about to be fun. I can't wait.
Oh,
I
you.
can't wait.
Oh, can't help it.
Yeah. Okay, what else we got to talk about with these volumes? Like I said, I didn't really take notes, mostly because a lot of this was just covering the Blue Knight, and it was very straightforward with what happened at the Blue Knight. Kaiman broke in, tried to figure out what was going on with the Blue Knight, to find out more information about the Cross-Eyes that he was trying to investigate. Ends up fighting the two people that were responsible for Noi and Shin's thing. He didn't even mean to help them. He was just fucking angry at those two because they ran into him and knocked over him several times, and the last time they knocked over his gyoza he just bought. He was like, I'm gonna fucking kill you. I just bought that gyoza, motherfucker. What are you doing?
And then I also like how he saved Shin, but didn't save Shin. There was very clearly like a corpse-shaped
body
bundle
bag
that was like tossed aside, and he was just like, nah, fuck you for ruining my gyoza. Like, honestly, I respect it, but also, dude, you're not gonna like investigate the body? Nah,
No, I'm
okay.
good.
Again.
And then the
You're giving
restaurant
so-
boss
even
showing up.
Kaiman's-
The restaurant boss showing
Yeah.
up being like, you don't fuck with my employees. Even if I just yelled at him for leaving the restaurant and told him he's fired away, he's still my employee. Fuck you. And he starts the fight with him.
Justin, I can't help but noticing that you're playing RuneScape while we're having a very interesting conversation.
He's always got some
I just,
weird... He's always got a clicker thing going in the
nah,
background.
it's just open in the background, yeah.
He keeps a whole bunch of
Right
shit
on.
open in the background. He's never really playing the games that says he's playing. He just has them on.
Yeah.
They're
No,
like
or
fucking
they just, like,
clickers. You just
open-
occasionally
oh
open
my-
it up. Yeah.
No, RuneScape, hey, my RuneScape client's open. It's just not logged in.
So you just jam into the
You're
RuneScape
fair,
music while we talk about Dorohedoro.
No, I mute that No, who the fuck?
I
Look,
was
Right,
just
you
I
should
was
say
I
thrown
was
using
off
my
by the
PSP
little
with my laptop top.
RuneScape symbol next
You
to
think
his name.
RuneScape has sound?
I mean, it can.
Does it?
It's got music. I remember the music.
I
I
haven't
grew up with
listened to
it.
RuneScape in like 15 years, okay?
Listen, that's a skill issue on your end, okay? You're missing out on that dope soundtrack, all right? I'll have you know. Anyways, we're not talking about RuneScape. We're talking about Dorohedoro, my favorite MMO, all right?
That's true.
That might actually be a fun MMO. I'd play the shit out of that probably.
What the fuck would that even be?
You
Well,
have sorcerers and you have
the
humans
hole and you have
you're
the
just, like,
sorcerer's world,
fighting,
and
it's
yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
It'd be
Where's
like
your
KOTOR, where
imagination,
they have-
Justin? God damn.
It was like
Exactly.
Listen, if it was an MMO,
yeah,
you could build your
okay.
mer people. You could put your mer people somewhere, okay? And your Kaiman clones. You could put them somewhere.
That's right.
Everybody
Your
would want to
lizard
start the
head
game as Kaiman.
muscular men.
Yeah,
Buff
Oh,
man,
next
like-
MMO I'm gonna play, I'm gonna make a mer person, okay?
I believe you. I believe you. I can't
Although
wait to
the
see your
next
mer.
MMO I'm gonna play was probably gonna be the Riot one. So in
That-
like 10 years, I'll make a mer person.
That comp sci degree is going to go to good use with your mer people MMO that you develop, okay? I'll sign up for it. Don't
Thanks,
worry. I'll be
buddy.
ready.
Sweet.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I think we pretty much covered most of what happened with the two volumes. Trying to think if there's anything we didn't cover. The professor getting kidnapped and being locked in, the professor and Johnson and a mushroomified version of the doctor or whatever that was Kaiman's boss are just kind of
Yeah.
locked in the same room
that
being
was in
tortured for
Johnson's
information.
ass.
Yeah.
Right.
So when the
Listen,
doctor got puked on initially by the big mushroom that came out of Nikaido's back,
Yep.
he was melting, and I was like, Jesus fucking Christ, the
we just
doctor's
fucking
melting.
insta kill him
And then he-
already.
Yeah, I was like, I literally typed he's fucked like in my notes, and then it turns out he's just a mushroom. And as soon as that happened, I'm like, he's fine. I
Only
feel like
fact-
we're never gonna actually lose anyone at any point during
I
the
hope
story.
that they can
We lost
restore
Matsumura,
him,
okay.
because like I vibe
He doesn't
with
count.
him as a character. I want him back.
Who did you vibe with? The doctor?
The Doctor.
I vibed with him too.
Because he was like,
yeah.
he was supportive of like Kaiman while Kaiman was needing a place to work, and he's like been super helpful, and he's the reason that like Nikaido knows the professor. Like he's been a pretty big like player in all of this. He can't just fucking die.
He's the
That's
kind
why
of
you
man.
have to go.
Bro, Kaiman
That's why
is
I had to-
Kaiman is insane with the job hunting SSR, like the gotcha machines or whatever. He's pulling the SSRs every time. He gets an amazing boss. We'll just bring him in,
Yeah.
give him free
God,
food,
why can't I have his
housing.
employment
Like,
luck?
it's insane. No matter where he goes, he just gets employed, and it's like a very nice environment. What the fuck?
Skill issue.
Damn.
That's true.
What were your thoughts about these volumes, Aremia? We haven't heard from you in a while. What are your thoughts? What do you have to say?
Good.
Anything else?
No.
What was your favorite part?
No.
Name all. Name no.
Same here. No, yeah,
What-
same here.
what-
I
what
like
did-
how immediate that response was.
Wait, hang on.
What-
Wait
what did-
without the suit. Hang on. That's what matters.
What
Uh,
did you
no
What did you
comment.
think about What did you think about Noi's backstory?
Exactly.
About her backstory?
Yeah, about wanting to become a devil and meeting Shin.
I think it was interesting, though. I don't think they really told us why she wanted to become a devil.
I had assumed it might have been related to the fact that she only had healing abilities. I don't know if maybe it was something like she wanted to help people as a devil, maybe, or maybe it's just the fact of like, unless you're like, well, no, she was strong already back then too. It seemed like, so it's not like she thought she was weak or whatever. She just didn't want to fight Shin
Yeah.
at the time when they 1st
Mhm.
met. I'm not sure. I mean, we'll
I
probably
like
find
the
out
outfit.
later.
I liked her design when she was like in the middle of transforming with like the skirt and then the tail while she was
Oh, yeah.
fighting. I thought that was
Yeah.
cute.
It was nice.
Yeah.
What else did we have here? We had the outfits that they had. What was Fujita's outfit? They were doing the special things for everybody's Blue Knight outfit. Shin's was just black suit. Fujita's was trying to like beat Noi in terms of chest size. But
Ebisu
like,
was.
or, I'm sorry, yeah, Ebisu. Did I say Shin? Oh my god, that's a very.
You said Fujita, which
Oh,
is
Fujita?
even
Oh my
funnier.
god, Jesus.
Yeah.
Listen,
Damn.
Jeff, you're at it again.
I don't remember what
Fujita
Fujita
is
wore.
such an-
Was it just like a
I think
nice-
the only thing that stood out was the fact that he was the only one to have like a bunch of requests or like specific requests. Because Ebisu was throwing out like, oh, like jewelry,
Oh, yeah.
tiara, and fur, and he was like, oh, I want like a yellow jacket and like a nice pair of dress slacks. He was like very specific, and I think that like that was his gimmick.
Yeah, he
but
was like listing like a
he
bunch
maybe
of
had
things.
like
yeah.
plaid. I think he was wearing flannel.
After all that, after all that.
After all that.
That's right.
Oh, and N requested something for Judas' ear too, I think, right? Or was I?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
I
Um,
don't remember.
Okay, so I think
right.
that was pretty much the main thing, the main events that in general happened. Still got a lot of developments going on. The next phase, we're done with Blue Knight, and now we're on to Nikaido is trapped, and we're going to be figuring out what's going on with her time abilities. Risu's getting closer to finding his old pal to figure out his truth about what happened. Kaiman is on the way to go try to save Nikaido, and Fujita is just like, why do we keep making friends with all the people that killed Matsumura, guys? What the fuck? That was the whole reason I'm here, guys. And Ebisu's just chilling, vibing, hanging. Yeah, I'm interested to see what's gonna happen next. Does anybody else have any final thoughts that they want to express?
Nope.
I do have one.
Ooh. Oh.
What? What is it? What is the shadow? We'll
Oh,
start with
you
you.
want You want to go Mist first? Or,
Oh, you go.
We'll start with you, Shadow.
All
and
right,
then we'll
fuck it.
go to
I want to add on to Nine's point about fucking your ability not correlating to your fucking social status.
Mist. Okay.
It's the same thing in fucking Mega Man. It's the exact
Exactly.
same thing.
Oh god, I was waiting for it. I was like, when's the Mega Man reference? coming?
Mega Man.
Obligatory Mega Man reference.
All right, no, okay, I'll take like a man. I'll take like
Okay.
so there's Flesh Man who can like infect with a virus that can just like randomly disconnect you from the internet, which
Yep.
doesn't sound bad. It's
Oh,
it's
it's actually worse.
It's a death sentence.
Yeah.
Actual death sentence.
Damn.
But he's at like the bottom of the hierarchy. He's below Desert Man.
What is Desert Man's
That's right.
ability?
He's the Egyptian dude.
Also,
right?
what is Shin's ability? Just
He can dismember people and they will still be alive.
Yeah.
wow,
right.
that's so crazy. Like
He's so baby girl.
that's such a basic fucking ability.
Even
Sorry,
practical.
I
It's
prefer the
brutal.
girl that can turn people into meat
Jesus.
pies.
You say
I
that,
think
but
that's
it's
much more
brutal.
interesting.
It comes handy for his line of work. That's why he's got the trash bags. He's just like, all right,
Interrogate
here's
people.
this
Yeah.
pile of him. And that, because like it works well together with Noise ability, where they could capture somebody and then bring them back later if they need to, question him or torture him or whatever. Bring him back to the End Syndicate, and then they'll do fucked up things to them. No big deal. But yeah, I think that was his ability. Also, something about it's something about him. It seemed like he can survive certain things. Because I think that happened before, where it seemed like he was very clearly stabbed and would have died and then didn't. Maybe I'm just misremembering, but pretty sure that happened with the Cross Eyes before, right? I don't know.
My mouth's shut
I just
again. I
like
can't
no,
answer.
no need for ability, right?
Yeah, no, no spoilers, no spoilers. But yeah,
Nah, I'd win.
Nah, I'd win. Yeah, pretty much. Admis, did you have anything you want to say?
I will say, listening, like rereading back on these chapters, I will say, as a recommendation, if anyone wants to keep reading this and wants to see other media that was made for this before the anime, I would recommend the original soundtrack that even the author produced and like endorsed herself, in which they collected a bunch of like electronic artists of what they think Dorohedoro would sound like if it was ever like a full feature or like a TV show. I think it was back in like 2016, 2017. It was even before the show, so I would recommend like checking out that soundtrack and maybe listening to it while you like read it to sort of get like an idea of what they're going for, because the only reference they had was the manga, so this is like what they think it'd be.
That just kind of reminds me of the Boogie Pop light novels, where like they used to just say they had a quote unquote soundtrack to them, where it was like the author recommended you listen to certain songs as you read certain chapters, get a feel for it.
Yeah, at that point, it's, well, I mean, in that case, that'd be like, go listen to my my mixtape of my favorite effervescent song. I don't know, but yeah, in this case, it's more like it's official, like it's an actual thing. I know,
Right?
Very Okay Vinyl is like re-releasing it on vinyl, which is a huge deal because it used to be like only available like on a 2 CD special edition, and it was like sold out immediately even back then. So getting the vinyl again is pretty dope.
Scott's doing another vinyl print of it. That's great.
Yes, but yeah, specifically the original soundtrack.
Shout
is
out
really
to Very Okay Vinyl. Shout out to them.
Oh
Okay,
yeah,
we're shouting out. We're shouting out now. I didn't realize we were sponsored. Shout out. Shout out.
No, it's sponsored.
make that money anyway.
This stream is sponsored by NordVPN.
No, actually ExpressVPN. We're not NordVPN. No, stop. You cancel address. We're sponsored by ExpressVPN. We have a code for that for Jotaku. Okay, we don't listen.
Wait, you actually do? Like this is an event?
Yeah, no, they actually, yeah, we have a thing for them.
Oh shit! Hold on, wait.
We have money if somebody signs up for ExpressVPN for Jotaku. I haven't actually linked it anywhere yet. I was gonna wait till after the rebate to actually start putting the link places, but we have links for ExpressVPN affiliates. Anyway, I don't want to ramble about that for too long. We do have comments from the chat that I didn't read before. I will read these out from Alex Adriano, I believe is how you pronounce his name, who's been in the chat writing some stuff. We have Everyone's Shoes, Eva Johnson. Johnson says, shocking because Q Hayashida loved watching baseball growing up and always screamed shocking while watching. This explains the baseball chapter 2. We have lost Justin. Okay, amazing.
That's unfortunate.
What else did they
Guys,
say?
his scales continued to grow.
Oh,
We've
no.
lost him to his medical issues.
To his RuneScape.
You gotta go cut the trees in RuneScape. Okay, he's gotta get that wood cutting.
You got disconnected by flashing.
Yeah.
I told you. I mentioned it earlier. See,
we should have known. Shadow was trying to warn us, and we were just like, Mega Man again.
Also, for your information, Desert Man's abilities, he can make use of sand and shape shift his body.
Oh
Wow, I was really curious about that. Don't worry.
Character in Naruto like that?
Yeah, Gara.
Okay, but he's in a literal sandcastle, is he? I think so.
Hey, listen, I don't watch
Could you
Naruto.
imagine
I can't confirm
your
or deny.
kingdom being made of sand? That'd be so cringe.
I feel like
More on the mer people, by the way.
Oh, damn.
Kingdoms of sand.
Damn. As soon as Justin goes away, we're just slandering mer people. I see how it is. Listen, I got more of these comments I'm reading here.
What else was said in the chat?
Meat Pie Guy is OP. And then
That's
Tamba,
what I'm saying.
And then Tamba is easily one of my favorite characters. And then I think Pie Guy doesn't have that much smoke and has a lot in reference to like the difference in the social status, meaning different because like both of them can turn people to like food or like things or whatever. And they're saying the reason is probably more so that they don't have a lot of smoke, but N does. That's why he can turn entire like areas into mushrooms, I guess.
That would make sense.
Very scared to see how Chota looks like without the mask. I thought that there was a chapter where they showed, but I think they saw the back of his head.
It was in the murder mystery one. Actually,
that's what it was. Yeah.
When he was making like his coffee and stuff before he goes to meet up with N to like prove his worth.
I remember in that chapter. I remember in that chapter too. He semi recruits Ebisu to help with the mystery at some point too.
Ebisu's just vibing.
Ebisu's just like, "Where were you? It was clearly Fujita. He did it to send him away." What else? I get curious if they're. Oh my god! I hate YouTube chat reader. YouTube does this thing where the bottom right of YouTube chat there's an emote selection thing. And it does not go away, and it covers the last message in chat. What the fuck, YouTube? Okay, I get curious if there is countries and stuff in the Sorcerer's World. I think that's what it says, unless there's a word cut off. But yes, I'm just confused at why it's just referred to as Sorcerer's World. There's no like official name for it. Whereas the whole, I mean, that seems like more of just a name that's given to it, like an insult. Yeah, an insult almost, where it's just like. Yeah, that's just the shithole place. That's just what we call that part of town or whatever. But it's actually just like a different world or whatever. But Sorcerer's World is just called Sorcerer's World. I feel like, because it feels like almost the Sorcerer's World is supposed to be like, in their minds at least, the Sorcerer's mind, that is the world and the whole is just the shithole world or whatever. So like, I feel like they would refer to it as the world or whatever, or their world, but like,
but also there's hell. Like there's
there's also hell
that we just like haven't tapped into a whole
True.
lot.
True.
It's actual hell, so I don't think we're gonna be going there too often.
Listen, there's still time. That's where the mer people are, in the flames of hell.
Also where N was for some reason. Just chilling there.
Listen, his movies are 100% accurate. He was totally there. Don't worry.
Didn't Noy say it was blasphemous or something? I remember that being mentioned.
Listen, N was not sent to jail for blasphemy against devil, so clearly that part of the movie has to be accurate. Otherwise,
I mean,
you're right.
I feel like Noy's interactions with Hoodie Devil, that's what I'm going to call him because I'm never going to remember his name, when he was like basically forcing Nikaido to agree to a contract, I feel like that speaks a little to the accuracy in at least that part of his autobiography. Obviously we were kind of speculating as to like whether or not the whole mushroom thing was accurate, but like it seems that he has some rapport with the devils. So I think it would make sense that it would make sense if it turned out to be completely true that N did fall into hell.
Yeah. It definitely
I
makes sense,
didn't have
especially when
anywhere else to go with
they just kind of casually all fly over to N's mansion as soon as they find out, oh, you have a time sorcerer. We just wanted to give you our card because obviously we were going to stop by when that happens. It's like, okay, so
that. Yeah.
they very clearly have an understanding with N,
It's
and yeah,
very important, especially with someone's power of time. Okay, think of how many people you get access to.
I was
The
thinking,
power of time thing did make me think of how we were talking last time about the fact that like we were, or I think Justin had mentioned like it might be an artistic thing that Nikaido literally moves so fast that we aren't supposed to be able to understand her actions.
right.
So it's interesting how some of that has been lining up, but obviously nothing about that has been said outright. That's more of like an assumption based on our analysis of the visuals.
Right. And I mean, some of that kind of stuff would probably also be like confirmed or whatever when you're watching the anime version of it, and it's not like she's moving so fast that like time stops or whatever. You're like just seeing the fighting moves and all that. So I don't know. But we'll find out more about her time powers. I'm sure there's something broken and OP about them, and there's probably some bad consequence for why she doesn't do it, or she just didn't know about it fully. It's probably one or the other. She hasn't been outright saying at first, I don't have time powers or anything like that, so I feel like that's something you would have said at
the
first.
allegations yet.
Yeah. So I feel like that's something you would have said at first to get this guy to not kidnap you and force you into a contract. I feel like even if you did have time powers, you would try to lie about it, but for some reason she just didn't want to even talk about it. I mean, she's not talking in general to him, so. Yeah,
she's just hasn't been tapping into it fully because she like outright said that she like used her mask to be able to harness her power, right? I think most of what's been hindering her has been the fact that she hasn't been using it to its fullest potential, but I feel like she's aware of what it can do.
That's true. We completely forgot to mention before, I think, about the fact that Nikaido had to put on her mask for the first time in like years to fight off the mushroom thing that showed up in the restaurant. Because that mask specifically from the devil person that she's friends with enhances her abilities. So there are masks that aren't just like, you know, the ones that the special sorcerers get, you know, the ones on the right side of the line as opposed to the left side of the line get, where like the mask can have like abilities that amplify your stuff, which is why they'll like wear them, not just as a ritual, but also for like ability enhancements. Yeah. Shin wears his mask backwards though. That's canon. He usually wears his mask backwards because the backside of it.
Backwards.
Because the backside of it is like makes it look more like a heart. The front side of it, you know, looks like the weird mouth face thing that they got going on most of the masks. So he typically wears it backwards just because it's the heart. So
I mean, honestly, it was given to him backwards. Like, what the fuck are you supposed to do?
You could turn it around.
Wear it correctly?
I know, right? That's insane. That's insane. Can't do that.
Nah, there you go. It was given to me backwards. I'm wearing it backwards. Fuck you.
And the bonus chapters were, the first one was pretty short. It was around the time Nikaido and Kaiman had first met, and it was the gyoza recipe, showing off the gyoza recipe and how do you do it.
Hey, we have fuck.
I always get, listen, I understand there's been several times where this manga's tried to show you a recipe. I get very concerned about paying too much attention to the recipe because I'm like, I don't know how much of this is an actual recipe and how much of this is fucked up, like whole / you know, Dorohedoro world bullshit where like you absolutely should not be mixing these things together and doing it in this way or whatever, or putting these things in.
Have you tried it or?
I have not tried it.
We'll find out.
You read this how many times and you haven't tried it yet?
Listen, we had the
Oh, me?
The curse breaker dude who's like, yeah, you need like 666 different like flower seed types or something like that to do this recipe. And it's like, God,
that's just bullshit.
I couldn't even tell you 100 flower seed types, and you want me to tell you get 666? I don't know.
Yeah,
is there that many?
Just get it real quick, yeah.
True.
Just come on Amazon.
So,
a special Halloween deal.
So that was the first one. The first one was pretty quick, very short. And the second one was backstory about how Nikaido got the shop, because Nikaido at first started off very, very broke, just kind of walking around the streets selling gyoza and then barely making enough money to make more gyoza the next day. So she's like, how the fuck am I supposed to start a restaurant at this rate? She starts working for this place. It's supposed to be like a tea place at first. Typically it serves sorcerers. Sorcerers typically go there. So a lot of the magic victims that are in the hole did not like the place because usually sorcerers end up there and like the tea there. Which is why eventually it gets like trashed by magic victims, and Nikaido ends up getting it because the old owner, Nikaido started working there as a bouncer, right? And that was where the funny screen cap I posted, where it's like dangerous bouncer is like the sign next to her. I just think this is funny.
Yeah.
She's working at bouncer there because she's like really strong and can fight back the magic victims or whatever. But the magic victims eventually do trash the place. He's like, yeah, fuck it, I was gonna sell the place anyways because this devil guy who's a regular, it turns out to be a devil or whatever. He's like, this guy's a regular, wants me to work for him. So, and I wasn't
Like,
sure.
honestly, good on him going up in the world, you know?
Yeah, good for him.
I wasn't sure. Was that devil supposed to be the one that Nikaido becomes friends with
So
later?
is he going down in the world?
I don't know. I didn't think so.
Because I couldn't exactly tell. It's hard for me to tell, but
I assumed that at this point Nikaido has left and like given up her work as a sorcerer, because I think that she would have been like born and raised in the sorcerer world. So my assumption would be she already knew her devil friend, and at this point has sort of like given up, retired, moved to the hole. And so she's like, oh, it's kind of weird that there's a devil here in the hole instead of a sorcerer, but she already has her connections that she's formed and then just kind of like put on a back shelf. That's what I assume.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
If they're partnering with the devil, does that mean they're moving down the world or up?
Listen, we got. I don't know. It seemed like the prison.
Adma's chuckling makes me nervous.
Listen, it seemed like the prisons in hell are the prisons in the sorcerer world are closer to hell than the hole, which in my mind the hole would be lower down than the world of the sorcerers, but I don't know. I don't know where these worlds are physically positioned.
No, because the devils are the one that gives the sorcerers their abilities. Like, don't the sorcerers have their abilities because of little devils in their chest? So it would make more sense that hell would be considered hierarchically above. Yeah, the sorcerers.
I see. Basically, hell is heaven. Is what you're saying.
To tell.
Maybe.
All right.
Maybe the hole is hell and hell is heaven.
Maybe I'm Dorohedoro. Who knows?
Maybe the real hell is book club.
Anything.
Maybe the Dorohedoro was the friends we meet along the way.
True.
Actually, you know what?
When do they find the One Piece? That's what I'm wondering.
They find the friends. None of them become romantic partners. It's all platonic.
I can live with it being platonic, except that I think it would be so cute if Shin and Noi got married, and Noi had like a very traditionally like feminine wedding dress on like her very bulky body. I think she'd be super into that.
Well, it's been coming up 10 years since that answered, so we're gonna go find out.
Find out next time on Dorohedoro.
Eventually.
Oh, there it is.
Eventually you'll find out.
Said the thing.
All right. Well, that was Anime Book Club for this week. That was volumes 5 and 6. So next week we'll be talking about volumes 7 and 8. That's how numbers work, right? I think. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Last time I checked my comp sci degree.
This is how it rolls, so it's actually different order, chap.
I don't know. Maybe there was change to math recently. Maybe I didn't get the patch notes, so maybe we're done with number 7, because 7, 8, 9, and we just want to hold them accountable for their crimes, so I don't know.
Damn.
I will
beat me to the
joke.
But for now, we're going to be reading volumes 7 and 8 for next week, and then we will discuss what more chaotic shamblings, I think is what the bonus chapters calls them. Whatever chaotic things are happening in that is Dorohedoro. That's what they all say, right? There you go. That's for next week. Make sure if you are watching this on any VODs or if you're watching this live right now, make sure you use the subscribe buttons, your likes, your favorites, your comments. Do all the things, okay? All of them. We'll be here next week, same time, Thursdays, starting at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. And we will talk to you guys later. Thank you so much, everybody, for showing up. Thank you so much, Amos, for showing up to hang with us, starting the book club.
Nah,
So,
yeah, thanks for having me. It was awesome.
of course. And we will talk to everybody next week. Goodbye, gamers. Goodbye,